Hey you guys, my name is Jazz Marie and today we will be doing a makeup tutorial. This is the first one on my channel. So I started off with the Tatcha cleanser, and I've already cleansed and washed my face. And now I am about to put the Tatcha moisturizing cream. I only have the small one because this thing is high, but it is very good. It is a thick moisturizer and it really gets into the skin and it plumps it and it moisturizes and it lasts all day long. I really love it. I think the big bottle is about 80 something dollars and a bottle this small is $22. So yeah, but I'm going to keep moisturizing my face and just prepping the skin for the makeup. Now I'm just massaging the skin and patting into my skin to make sure everything is absorbed, and look how fast it absorbed it. This is a really good product. Go get it. Now I'm just taking my Apple Balm Glow Lip Mask. This is really good. It's very thick and very moisturizing. I'm going to put this on my lips so it's not dry when I get ready to apply my makeup. Keep watching. A really good drugstore product. It's really good. It's comparable to high-end. This is the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Rich Brown. But I also like the shade Soft Brown if I want to go with a more softer brow. This is a really good brow. It is about $8-9, so it's not bad. And I also want to try this. This is the NYX-LIFT and SNATCH Brow Tint Pen in the color Espresso. So this is like a pen that you kind of fill in your brows. So we're going to try a combination of these two products, the CoverGirl and the NYX pen. Let's get started. I'm going to start off by brushing the brows up. And then I'm going to draw the lines at the top and the bottom and start to fill them in. This is a pencil that you can kind of go heavy on. It doesn't give off too much pigmentation when you apply pressure. Now I'm just drawing the tail of my brow, and I'm going to start filling it in before I use the other product. I'm going to keep going until I am satisfied with how the brow is looking. And after I get the shape and the arch how I like it, I'm going to take the spoolie and brush the brows up. Next, I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to draw hair-like strokes. This is so that the brow can appear natural. I went in a little heavy in the beginning of the brow because this was my first time using this product. But all you have to do when you complete the eye is just take the spoolie again and just brush it up. And that will keep it from having harsh lines throughout the brow. Okay, I've done both brows. Now it's time to carve out the brows. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and this is the 7B. It's the dual side, comes with the brush to brush up the brows. And then we're going to carve it out with this end. My favorite concealer and the only concealer that I ever use, which I need to try more, but this is the only one that I love to use for my eyebrows, to carve them out. And I only carve out the bottom part. I don't do the top, but sometimes I will carve out the end of the tail of the brow if it's not sharp as I want it to be. But I'm going to use the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and the shade is Chestnut. I love it. It's perfect. So I just take a little bit and saturate the product on the brush. Again, this is the color. And let me get my mirror. And I can't talk on this part because I want to make sure it looks okay. So I start putting product right under the brow because I don't want too much to get under the brow. And let's start carving. Okay. And I like to just take a little bit more. Just like that. And let's do the other one the same. And I usually just let this dry a little bit because I learned something else from Jackie Aina. If you let concealer sit, it makes it more full coverage. And it just makes it last a little bit longer in my opinion. So I let that sit while I carve out the other brow. Now I'm going to take my e.l.f. concealer brush, and I love this brush to blend out my concealer. It's so soft and it just gets the job done. And it just gives us a blank canvas to start the makeup. When I finish blending it out, I'm going to take this translucent Mercier powder. And I just have a fluffy brush. I'm just making a mess today. Let's blend this out one more time because I don't want the concealer to sit in my creases, because that is what's going to create those lines that I really don't want in my makeup. So I'm just gonna set the whole lid, and what I am doing is just taking some and tapping it and just patting it on the base. And this is also going to help us blend out those colors so it won't be so hard. So now I usually go for a bolder look, which you guys would see once I do more content. But with what I'm wearing, I want to go with something more neutral. So I'm going to use this palette, and this is the Juvia's Place The Warrior 2 by Juvia. And this is what it looks like. It's neutral tones. Has your oranges, your browns, your blacks, your beige tones. So that's what we're going to use. I may use another palette, but let's just see how this goes. I am taking the Morphe M504, and it's just a nice big fluffy brush to start off. And I'm going to start off with this middle orange shade. Matter of fact, I'm going to mix these two together, the two orange ones. The colors, names of the colors are Zama and Dora. Let's just tap, 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 a couple of times. It's pretty pigmented. And I'm just going to start off with that, and we're just blending it, going back and forward, and in circular motion. And we're going to do that until we build up the color. And this is my transition. Good. So again, I'm just going into the same color till I build it up. I don't want to go too high. I just want to stay in the crease. And I have hooded eyes, so my crease is right here. But if you press down, this is my true crease. So this is turning into a peachy color. It looks nice. But I think I want something a little bit more orange. So we're just building up color. So now that we have that, now I want to go into something that's a little bit more orange. I really love that. I want to deepen it. So I'm going to go into the Anastasia Jacket Aina. I've been talking about Jacket Aina a lot because Jacket Aina was one of the first people I started watching who did makeup. That made me fall in love with makeup. I have tons of makeup, and it's because of these subscribers that I am subscribed. This palette has been very well used. So let me just show it to you. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And the lights is kind of washing it out a little bit. It's deeper. The colors are a little bit more deeper than what the camera is showing. So let me see if I can cut my lights down so you can see the true color. All right, now that's better. So I'm going to take this orange shade. It's called Edges. And I'm going to use my Lunar Magic. And you can see the difference between the brushes. It's still a fluffy brush, but it's more narrow. So I'm going to take that, and it don't have a number on it, but just any narrow fluffy brush will do. And we're going to dip into the color Edges, this orange shade. Very, very pigmented. And we're going to go more in the truer crease and see what it's giving. Okay, I'm liking that color a little bit better. But it's time to go a little bit deeper. Now I'm just going to take one of my favorite brushes. And it is the Wet n Wild. It's another fluffy brush, but it has the right amount of density to pack on a color, deeper color. So I really, really love this to do that. And I'm going to jump back into this palette, and I'm going to go into the color Kufaru. And I'm just going to dab. So I'm building up the color. This is not as deep as I like, but I still have a black in here, and I can go into a different palette to get a deep brown. So we're going to take that color, tap it off. So I just took that brown shade in the Warrior 2 palette, and now I'm just going to build that up until I get the deepness that I want. And I love a good dark brown in the outer corner, so I am going to be using another palette to achieve that brownness that I want without dipping into the black just yet. So I'm just keep building that color up until I get a shade that I am happy with before I move on to the next shade. Oh, another YouTuber that I really like is Savannah Silver. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but one of the tips that she gave me that I like to use is just get a little bit, if it's not blending the way that you want, just take a little powder and just blend. Okay, so I am going to take one more palette It's one of my favorites. It is so good. It blends so well. And this is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette because it is well loved. I've hit pan on a few. I'm making a mess today. Something just fell. Let's move on. It is a deep brown. So you don't have to use as many palettes. I just love to play in palettes. Use what you have. So I'm going to take this deep brown. It's the deepest brown in here. And it's this color right here. And I want to build this color up just a little bit more. It's looking really good. Like really good. And if you want, you can use a black. I'm tapping into it again. And I may just add a little black for dimension. Let's see. And this is a process. Sometimes you have to go back and forth. You add brown, you want to go back and add a little bit more orange. You want to take a clean brush to make sure everything is blended. It's a process. Now it is time to dip into a black, and there is a black in the Juvia's Place Warrior palette that you could use, and there's also one in the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. So just take any dark shade of black, and you're going to take that black and take a little bit at a time. And another reason you want to build the color up, because if you just go in straight with black, it's very hard to blend. So try building up the color, go with the black last, take a little bit of it, and that should help your blending process. So I'm just taking it a little bit at a time, and I'm building up the shade until I get a really good deep outer corner. And the closer to the inner corner you go, it's just going to fade. And sometimes you have to use multiple brushes to achieve this look. I go from the black pigmented brush that I use, and then I go into a clean brush that has no product on it, and I'll blend it out. And then I'll go into the orange shades that I went into. So you have to go back and forth. You have to go from the dark shade, then you have to go back to the orange you use, because if you don't, you will end up losing some of the colors. They'll start to fade. So you just rebuild them back up, and that's how you achieve a nice blended look. Okay, so I'm going to take one last shade, and then I'm going to do the other eye. This color right here. And this is the Morphe 456, and it's more so like a flat brush, but it's fluffy. Flat and fluffy. And I want to brighten up the inner part. And in the middle, let's take a little bit of this, the Yodit, and just flip it on the other side. And right in the middle. Take the two orange shades with this brush. You want to bring that back in. Trust the process. Let's dab into the dark brown. And we are going to blend. Just like that. And you want to keep blending until you're satisfied with the look. I'm going to go back into the shade again, because you kind of lose it. That is it. We're going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be back. I'm going to take this brow gel. It is the Revolution in the color Revolution Pro in the color dark brown. This is the eye so far, but I want to brush the brows up. Now we're going to add the glue. I like to add the glue to my eyelids and then put the lashes on. So I'm going to do that. While I am letting the glue dry, I have the Kyra Beauty Fab Lashes. The 3D faux mink lashes is 3 assorted and they come in 202, 203, and 204. And these are 202, 203, and 204. And I think I am going to use, okay, so I have the lashes on. Now it's time to finish up the face. I'm not using foundation, but I do want to take this NYX Wonder Stick and the dual ended cream brush stick. And the colors are Bright Amber and Fuchsia. I'm going to start off with Fuchsia. That may be a lot. To go like temple and then down the jaw like that. And I'm just gonna take a clean brush and blend it out a little bit more. Now I am going to take this fluffy brush. It is the Morphe M500. And I'm going to go into this Ofra palette that I got. It's a little dirty. But I got from BoxyCharm. I do get BoxyCharm every month. And this is the Face It Deep palette. And it has this beautiful, it's a blush. I'm assuming that it is a blush. Oh, it's a bronzer. Rich copper bronze. And I just kind of like to just take that because it has a beautiful sheen. And I use it as a blush topper. And highlighter. Like, you see that glow? It is beautiful. Okay, now let's take a little bit of this highlighter. Let me find me a brush. The makeup is looking really good. So this deep golden highlighter. Let's put a little bit on my nose. In and out. Cupid's bow. Oh. Let's pat that off what I had earlier. Cupid's bow. Just a little bit. Because we have out now. And I want to take my MAC Prep and Prime, and it is the primer for the lips. This is a Neutrogena. These are my, I really love the Shockwave. So I'm going to start off with this. Nice mid-tone brown. It needs to be sharpened. And this one is a little bit darker. This is the NYX Line Loud. And this is the color Rebel Kind. I really love the makeup. It almost look a little purple. And in the center, I have a few to choose from. I have the Juvia's Place in the color Muted. That's a cool tone. Let's go. This was suggested by Mena, and it's the number 77, and the color is Primal Instinct. It's a satin cream. It almost looks golden orange. A warm. It's very warm. And let's go on top of it with a little bit of the Milani lipstick in the color Tease. Create a combo. It's a little bit lighter. Less warm. You can go with, on top of that, with the gloss. Let's do a little something on the bottom lash line. Give me just let's go with the black to start off with on the waterline. This is the Revlon So Fierce Vinyl Eyeliner, and this is the black shade. So you can just use any black pencil. Here's my mirror. Here is my mirror. And I kind of don't want to go too far over. And let's blend that out. For a little color, I'm just going to take a blue, and I'm using, I know I used so many palettes today. That blue right there. And let's smudge that out. And this is in the Anastasia, the volume 1. It's the purple palette. I love the color. It's beautiful. And let's just blend this out. The look so far, I think it looks really pretty. I don't have any foundation. Oh, one more thing. Then I'm going to go get ready because I am running late. I'm going to take a little bit of this Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Angie Renee. It's who put me on to this. Ooh. And this is how the skin is looking. I'll be right back. I'm back. This is the final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that I provided tips. And I hope that you decide to subscribe and join my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Until next time, Jazz Marie signing off.